Alrighty, good afternoon, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Hope everybody's having a good Tuesday evening. Having a few issues getting online here, but it looks like a few folks are jumping in. Thanks for checking things out tonight on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. Still looks like we're having a few issues, but let's highlight the thunderstorm threat. We have 2 rounds of thunderstorms. One arrives tonight, another one arrives tomorrow afternoon, evening. In between there, we have another hot and humid day on tap. And we are looking at the potential for some damaging wind in the coming days here. So, all right, I think we've got everything under control. So, looks like there are a bunch of you just starting to jump in. Let's waste no time and see what's happening. Sorry about the delay right there, folks. Let's take a look at a line of thunderstorms working into southern parts of New Hampshire right now. Now, this one has the potential to produce some damaging wind. Damaging winds have been the primary concern with this. This one has a history of producing some damaging wind back into New York, into Vermont. And now into southern parts of New Hampshire. There's a tremendous amount of lightning. It's going to be one of those nights, at least early tonight, where there's a lot of lightning on the map. And it might be one of those nights where lightning can travel far distances. At least the light from the lightning can travel far distances. So you might not hear the thunder, but you could certainly see the lightning in a night like tonight. Sometimes folks call it heat lightning. Of course, there's no such thing as that. But that's what happens when you have the speed of light, which travels faster and farther than the speed of sound. So that's why you sometimes see the flashes, but just don't hear the thunder. We always have thunder with lightning, though. The primary concern tonight is not that. It is the potential for some damaging wind. Let's take a look at that line moving into New Hampshire right now. There's a lot of wind associated with this. Up toward the south side of Lake Winnipesaukee here, one round right here, and another one just moving out of the Keene area. And if you follow the trajectory of this moves into York County, maybe southern parts of Cumberland County. So this is the area I want to watch for the potential for some damaging wind over the next couple of hours here. So western York County especially, we need to keep a close eye on that, especially with this little round right here. There's also a tremendous amount of lightning associated with it. It was just highlighted. Let's take a look at a few of the lightning strikes here. Maybe we can take a look at the scan on this. I think at last check we had about 900. Yeah, 825 lightning strikes just in that little red square I highlighted there. The Weather Service has gone ahead and issued a thunderstorm watch. This does include York County. It includes Cumberland County, Carroll County, Stratford, Rockingham County. It still looks like this area right in here stands the greatest chance for getting some damaging wind. So we're going to keep a close eye on that in the coming hours. In fact, let's get a little bit closer. Let's go back to that real quickly here. We have one severe thunderstorm warning right now for this Lake Winnipesaukee region. That one has been issued for the potential for damaging wind right there. So one severe thunderstorm warning through 8 o'clock. I think we will get some more moving to York County probably in the next hour or so. So that will eventually include Shapley, Acton, maybe the Sanford area. The Weather Service has issued this one for the potential for damaging wind, and they've also used the tornado tag. That threat is a lot greater west of us. I don't think we have a tornado threat in our region tonight, but bears watching. Interesting they put their tornado tag on that. Actually, we can take a look at that. Let's take a look at the velocities on this. I did notice that earlier. Oh, hold on a sec. Hang tight. We'll get this. Yeah, there's not much rotation going on down here. So I think we're in pretty good shape down to southern New Hampshire. But this one does have a lot of potential for straight line winds. So if you're just joining us, looks like there are a few hundred of you online here. So if you're just joining us, we're watching York County, Cumberland County, maybe southern Carroll County. This area right here stands the greatest chance for getting some severe thunderstorms between now and about, let's call 8 o'clock to about 10, 11 o'clock tonight. That severe thunderstorm watch remains in effect until 1 o'clock in the morning. And I think that will be dropped early. I can almost guarantee it will be dropped early. I think by 11 o'clock, we're in better shape here. So this line has a history of producing tornadoes, damaging winds, all sorts of madness back into New York, Vermont, and southern New Hampshire right now. Is a tremendous amount of lightning. The Storm Prediction Center down in Oklahoma has placed our region at risk for scattered severe storms, areas in the yellow. So basically the area we just highlighted, isolated severe storms are possible in the areas in green. Now, fast forwarding to tomorrow now, this is tomorrow afternoon. I want to highlight 3 p.m. to about 9 p.m., 3 p.m. in the mountains, closer to evening hours at the coastline. for the thunderstorm threat when a risk for isolated severe thunderstorms. Would not be shocked to see if the yellows get expanded a little bit closer to our area. In fact, probably get into our area tomorrow. So Storm Prediction Center puts out those advisories every day, and I think we'll probably see that upgrade a little bit tomorrow. Storm Tracker shows the first round that's getting through tonight. Again, damaging wind is the primary concern with that one. That moves out by probably 11 o'clock. Tomorrow starts off a lot like today. Today was hot and humid. We made it to 91 in Portland. Tomorrow, I don't think we're quite as hot. That's due to a southerly wind. So coastal areas, you'll see some relief at the beaches. Farther inland, I think it's low 90s again, but it's the last real hot and humid day. And this is an actual real cold front. It's been weeks since we've had one of these, but that front's going to swing through probably early Thursday morning. Ahead of that, though, there'll be some showers and storms that fire up. And I want to highlight about 3-4 o'clock first in the hills and mountains, closer to the evening at the coastline. So if your plans take you out and about over southern and central Maine during the day tomorrow, most of the day is just fine. I think the evening hours is when we'll get our thunderstorms near the coast. If you're watching us from Oxford, Franklin, Somerset County, back in New Hampshire, perhaps, it's closer to 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, those storms get going. If we get any showers early on Thursday, that moves out very quickly. I think we'll see developing sun, and it looks like lower humidity makes an appearance. So that's going to be the big weather story late Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. It really looks to be a delightful stretch. If you dislike the humidity, I think you're going to notice a difference between the morning Thursday and the evening Thursday. It's one of those days where drier air filters in all day long, and that drier air will establish itself for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. All right, back to a closer inspection on the storm tracker. This is 8 o'clock tonight. So this is pretty much, this might be running about 15 minutes too quickly here, but you get the general idea. What's happening, that line that we just highlighted down to southern New Hampshire, it's getting into York County, maybe southern Oxford and Cumberland County, 8, 9 o'clock or so. It is a severe weather, or severe, what do we call it? Weather-worn evening for the potential for severe thunderstorms. And the next one gets going tomorrow. Notice how that line weakens. That line should weaken as we lose the daytime heating, and the atmospheric dynamics are not nearly as rugged as they are to our west. So southern and central Maine will start to see some improvement as we get to about 10, 11 o'clock, I think, tonight. And no weather-related problems are expected after that into the morning hours. We're starting in the 70s. Tomorrow, we have another heat advisory. I did not load that graphic, but the heat advisory is for the combination of hot temperatures, low 90s, and high humidity values. The combination of both gives us a heat index, how it feels in your skin, kind of like the wind chill we use in winter, how it feels in your skin, not an actual air temperature, but how it feels of, upper 90s. Actual air temperatures will stay in the 80s and low 90s, though. So this is 2 o'clock in the afternoon tomorrow, and we're still in pretty good shape, but I think the storms will start firing first into the mountains, western mountains of Maine, White Mountains in New Hampshire. And I wanted to get the arrow here to show you. Winds will be turning over to the south. So that will knock our temperatures back a little bit at the coastline. So you will be able to find some relief at the beaches, particularly during the afternoon. We'll probably have a high for the day right around midday or early afternoon. But farther inland, I think we'll probably stay pretty hot for a good chunk of the day. Here we are, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. These storms are firing back in New Hampshire, perhaps in the Western Mound region. If you're watching us from coastal areas, I do not think we're going to have any thunderstorms 3, 4 o'clock or so. It's more likely 6, 7, 8 o'clock tomorrow evening. And these thunderstorms may contain some damaging wind. We'll have to see if all this verifies here, but I think the timing looks to be pretty good. We're getting a good idea of how the timing is going to work out. Then maybe a few showers lingering into the early morning hours Thursday, but the trend will be for brighter skies, lower humidity, and temperatures back in the 80s. Temps do look seasonable going into late week and into the weekend. So we're finally getting out of those upper 80s, 90s, high humidity, and it's back to back to more bearable conditions, I think. This is the hottest summer on record, running halfway through the summer, meteorological summer. Speaking June, July, August, we're halfway there, and checked the data yesterday, and we are in the number 1 spot in Portland for the hottest summer on record so far. We do have a cool down in the forecast, which is good. In fact, we actually have some lows in the 50s coming. Beach forecast tomorrow, high tide around 8:30 in the morning. There'll be a lot of beach to set up an umbrella and blanket, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Looks like we have low tide to around 2 o'clock. UV index is up at an 8. Those upper 80s will get knocked back into the mid 80s during the late afternoon. Lake forecast tomorrow. This is pretty cool. Look at this. I remember last summer was a big deal when Sebago Lake hit 80 degrees for a water temperature. We're up to 82 now for a water temperature at Sebago Lake. We reached that yesterday. We're there again right now. We should be in the low 90s. Marine forecast, seas 3 to 4 feet, southwest winds 10 to 15. Any early morning fog's going to move out. Should be a good day in the boat. And again, those thunderstorms at the coastline hold off until the evening. So just about the entire day is just fine. There's your 7-day. Tonight's a weather warn for thunderstorms over southern areas. Tomorrow's a weather warn area wide. I want to highlight 3 p.m. to about 9 p.m. And it looks like after that, we're in much better shape with drier air moving in. It's one of those days. Thursday starts off humid. It ends with drier air. Friday, Saturday, Sunday all look very good. Very nice. There may be a brief shower Sunday. A little front's moving through, but it's pretty moisture starved. And I actually have one day in the upper 70s. Look at that next week. It's been a while since we've had that. And lows will be slipping into the 50s. Even some low 50s are possible Monday. Yeah, that sounds refreshing. I think that sounds pretty good. But if you're watching us right now, you're probably watching for the potential for the thunderstorm threat that we have. I just want to briefly outline that for you again. Let's back this up a little bit. Show you where the storms are right now. We'll put this one to rest, and we'll come back tomorrow night, and we'll talk more about the thunderstorm threat tomorrow. Let's see here. Okay, so this is the line getting into our area. We can zoom in a little bit closer on that. Looks like the last 3-hour loop is showcasing the storm getting into the Laconia region. It's about ready to get into, actually in Concord, Manchester, as we speak. This one has a history of producing damaging wind. So I want to watch this part right here and this part down here. And the trajectory of this takes it into York County and maybe Seacoast, New Hampshire. So these are the areas to watch over the next couple of hours or so. Looks like things start to improve probably around 10 or 11 o'clock tonight. All right, let's bring up a few questions here. Hail is not an issue with this one, I think, Lisa. I think damaging wind is the primary threat. Good question. I did not mention that. So hail is probably not going to be the issue. Let's take a look at the storm. Let's take a look at how mature and how developed the storm is. I think, see how it's starting to bow out? It's probably has some decent wind in it. So this storm is climbing to around 30,000 feet. It's not quite as impressive as it was earlier. Near Concord, around 30,000 feet or so. And we can slice these storms in half. There we go. Yeah. And let's take a look at the storm attributes. Actually, yeah, the storm attributes is suggesting this one may have a little hail in it. Huh, interesting. Let's take a look at hail tracker, your hail forecast. Maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit here in New Hampshire. Yeah, small hail possible in some of those cells right there. But looks like the cells will be most rugged as they get into New Hampshire. This is a new warning. Looks like it gets into Stratford County now. So we can look at this new warning. This one has been issued for the potential for damaging wind, and also they're using the tornado tag on it. That's in southern New Hampshire. I think the threat for tornadoes is very low in southern and central Maine, but worth watching regardless. This warning will be upped probably pretty soon, getting into York County, this cell off to the north. So we'll have some updates on that pretty soon. This one probably has some pretty good wind in it right here. And the trajectory of that looks like it gets into Chapley, Newfield, Acton, perhaps. Yeah, that's one pretty good line of storms right there. So thanks for checking in with that, Lisa. Good question. I think the threat for severe storms is a little bit south of you in Auburn, Patricia. You probably get some showers, maybe a rumble of thunder. It's one of those nights you get a lot of vivid lightning, though. Brandon says, will there be any severe thunderstorms Wednesday evening? Yeah, I think there will be, Brandon. The chance is greatest probably around 5, 6 o'clock, 6 o'clock, evening hours, somewhere in there tomorrow. No thunderstorms, Josh. Good question. No, I think we're in good shape for a while. We really, here in New England, we don't even have to pay attention to hurricanes until mid-August. And hurricane season is like a late August, September, October in New England. So we can kind of close our eyes and just let the Caribbean kind of deal with their hurricanes between now and mid-August. So I think things are pretty quiet right now. Raymond with severe storms tonight. No, I think most of the action is going to be a little south of you, Sydney and Raymond. I think you'll get a lot of vivid lightning though. So just about everyone will see some lightning. It's one of those nights where you get the lightning that can travel over far distances. So that might be fun to watch. All right, 97 in Lewiston today. All right. Thanks for the report, Josh. Keep up the great work. Oh, thanks, Troy. Appreciate that, bud. All right. Nathan says, I never knew storms could be had twice. I thought they were hurricanes. It's a different tornado or different hurricane. I knew storms could come and disappear. Yeah. Well, so there's two separate lines, Nathan. I hope I didn't confuse you. But think of these two separate systems. One's coming through tonight and another one's coming through tomorrow. So yeah, not really the same one though. So sorry if I confused you on that. Canoe or kayak. Yeah. Tomorrow's a good day to get out in the canoe or kayak. Oh man, be anywhere near the ocean, the pool, the lake, the river. Just jumping in. Any threats in Alton Bay? Yeah, Alton Bay. You're in it right now. Yeah, Alton Bay is right. Boy, you're getting right into it. You probably got a lot of wind right now in Alton Bay. Here we are. Alton Bay is right in here, right? East side of Lake Winnipesaukee. Yeah, somewhere in there. But yeah, you're in it right now. So I wish I had better news for you. But yeah, you're in a warning for the potential for damaging wind. Nothing ever happens in Richmond. All right, let's hope it stays that way, right? Nobody wants damaging wind. But yeah, you're right. No, I don't think you're going to see any problems up your way tonight, Gary. Sanford tonight. Yeah, I think you have a pretty good shot, Allie. Probably about 9-ish, somewhere around there. Jake says Portland. Yeah, bring it on, Portland. My guess is it'll weaken a little bit when it gets here, Jake, but we'll see. I think we'll get at least a little bit of rain. We'll see. This just should continue to weaken. Good news there. Isn't that the way it works, Debbie, right? You watered the garden. Of course it's going to rain. I did the same thing today, too. I watered my garden just in case. But look at it this way. You don't have to water it tomorrow, right? Yeah, I think you'll get some carry tomorrow. I think they'll start firing up your way mid to late afternoon. Jessica, Mechanic Falls, not tonight, tomorrow. But you'll get some tonight, not severe though, Jessica. Standish, yeah, you might get clipped with this line tonight in Standish. I think the severe threat is a little bit farther south for you though in Standish, Lisa. Not tonight, Isaac. I think you probably get a line of showers at least, but I think the severe threat is a little bit lower in your area and it's higher farther south. Mike, I was just thinking of you. Looking forward to seeing some lightning. I was just thinking of you, Mike. I was like, you know what? Tonight will be a nice night to photograph lightning. Mike is one of the best lightning photographers I know. If you have some time, check out his Facebook page. Yeah, Mike Leonard. He's a great photographer. A lot of great photographers here in Maine, but Mike is probably the best at lightning. That's for sure. Oxford Hills area, not tonight, tomorrow, but you'll get some showers tonight. The severe threat is lower tonight. Albany, New Hampshire. All right, starting to get some thunder and lightning. When's the humidity going to break? Second part of Thursday. Thursday afternoon, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. All look pretty good, Paul. Lower humidity for you. And Albany, New Hampshire, it's going to be refreshing. You'll get a wind coming down off the mountains. You'll be in good shape. So I think I answered everybody's question. I got to everybody tonight. All right, let's leave it at that tonight. If you're just joining us, tonight's severe thunderstorm threat is between now and about 10 or 11 o'clock or so. And then tomorrow's severe threat is about 3 p.m. in the mountains to about 9 p.m. closer to the coastline. So it arrives in the mountains first or in the mid-afternoon and closer to the coastline during the evening hours there. All right, we'll leave it at that tonight. I hope everybody's having a nice Tuesday evening. This is summer, right? It's hot, it's humid. We're getting a classic. We're getting some thunderstorms. I don't know about you, but I could use a little bit of rain in my backyard. Hopefully the severe threat isn't too bad overnight, but damaging wind is the primary concern, especially in York County over the next 2 hours. All right, more updates to come. Take care.